Hello. Welcome to the channel. This is Alfred. Today we will be continuing where we left off. Try to start hooking everything up. So this is the XAML and this is a .cs file of the application. Everything is still empty. So like I said, we will be using MVVM or style of programming. So usually when you are doing MVVM, I typically start naming my view, creating a couple folders to separate my view model. Then the last part of the MVVM is model. So right now, so this is actually the desktop. So technically this my XAML should actually be in my view. Interesting. Let's see. How do we do that? Because I sort of really wanted to do this. So this is real-time coding right here. So my goal is to basically just write this program without the intention of teaching it, but as you watch me go about solving or doing the coding or writing the application, you could maybe learn one or two things or just be entertained. So if you have any idea of what I'm thinking about right now, you will say this is totally different. But yeah, I definitely want to separate this my MVVM. So I'm going to create you know what, you will understand what I'm doing when I do it. So I am going to add a page here. I'm going to add a page here. So all right, so essentially I want to move all my everything that we did here. I want to move it to this thumbnail page. So essentially I am going to copy this, actually cut it. So now this should be empty. What happened? Ctrl Z. Okay, I'm going to remove that last grid line. Cut. Now I'm going to put it in my page here. Okay, how are we looking? Do we look good? So now I need to bring this here. I need to bring this here. Cut. I'm going to bring it over here. All right. All right. So okay. So essentially I just separate. So the main goal of MVVM is to have your model, your data, all your data here, your graphic user interface, your views, you want it all in here, and your logic. Essentially this is where you bind these two together, and you know, basically majority of your code will be in the view model, and all your views will be graphic user interface essentially will be in the view folder, and all your data, your model, will be in the model folder. So that's essentially what I'm trying to do here. So in here I am going to put a frame here. and I am going to call it a name. I'm going to call it mainframe. Okay, so now when we run the program, let's see, this is what the program looks like. So essentially I just removed that. So in order for us to bind it, let's see, let's see, I need to bind it in here. So mainframe is equals to, so I need to bind it to the to this view model, right, to this view right here, thumbnail. So I need to bind to the thumbnail page. So in order for me to do that, I need to create an instance of the thumbnail right there. All right, so now I can Ctrl C, I can bind it here, content, mainframe content. This, do you know why? Content, here you go. Do you know why this is so powerful? So whenever I need to change out how this program works, I don't have to start modifying this at all. All I need to do is to point this content to a different page, and I'll still have my old page without deleting it or changing a bunch to it. You know, if you code a lot, you will realize that, yeah, that most of the time I really don't want to delete a bunch of this graphic user interface that I spent a lot of time designing. I just want to create a new one and hook it up to my code. So now we have the same screen that we were seeing before, brought it in. So this is amazing, right? So now we are back to where we are. It only took us a couple minutes, right? So I am trying to keep this video to half an hour, so it looks like we will pretty much do the minimal binding, like the text box, footer. All right, we look really good. So now that we have the view, so whenever you have the view, you have a must go with a view model. So I typically just try to keep the same naming convention. So I will basically remove the page, Ctrl C, and basically create a view model, a class essentially. Then I will add VM in there, thumbnail VM. So essentially this view model will be controlling this view, and public. So in here, inside here, we will need to hook it up to this data content. We need to create our VM here. Okay, so now we could, so what I'm doing is Control dot to show me the using statement that I need to import. So now I could Control C, Control V here. All right, I think this is data context. I've done this multiple times, and I think sometimes I do forget it. Okay, so in this view model, I need to INotify collection, INotifyPropertyChanged. So now I want to hit Control dot, and it will want to implement this interface. All right. So the next thing that I need to create here would be the private. I don't know why it only created this. Typically this goes with the on property change. Property name. So here we go, and this will property changed event, which should be here, right? Control C. It should dot invoke invoke. All right, so if I'll take this suggestion, this new property gen event arc property name. So I think I am missing something here. Let's control dot it and see if I look at the construct parameter that it requires. What else does it require? So let me see. Method must have a return type. Oh, it should be a void. Here we go. All right, I believe this is all I need, but I will come back to this because I have been basically copying and pasting it on my classes, but when I'm actually doing a tutorial, I have to remember some of this. So I will come back to this, but I believe this is what I need. So now this view model should be able to interact with this view page. So I guess let's go ahead and just jump right in. So this title, what did we call it here? Okay, so in order for us to bind this title to our view model, let's say text. We need to bind a text binding. Let's call it title, text title. So now we can go ahead and that should be it. Why do I have, okay, I can remove this, right? Okay, perfect. Text title. So now I can go ahead and bind this to our thumbnail view model. So let's go ahead and do prop full and tab. So that should give us a string. We need it to be a string, and we need it to be title, capital letter T. So in the set, we want to trigger the property change and pass it in a string on property change. So this should be the capital T. So what this does is it helps handle that we are constantly updating the view, which is this, and the view model, which is this. So let's test something. So if we run this application right now, the text should have nothing. So I have deleted the text on there, and I have not assigned it in the code. So right now it should have nothing. Interesting. Okay, so what if I set it in code? let's go ahead. We just need to do text from code. So I just want to test if my binding works. So run it. Yep, so it works. So right now we are being binded together by this property, so which is perfect. Let's go back to our view and let's see. Here I believe we have something. This text block, we need to bind it with the same property. So binding. So if we do that, let's run it. Whatever we have here. So let's go ahead and try this. How about comma mode? Two-way. Okay. Let's see if that fixes it. Although, interesting. So it's not fixing it. Let's see. This should have. Let me remove this. I don't think that's my issue. So this text box is not changing, even though the binding is the same property as this. The same property as this. And in my VM I am updating this property. Yeah. Okay. I feel like I am missing something. And see if this is updating. So if I type, oh, it's not. Oh, when I step out, okay. So it does update it. So now this is a bunch of these letters. So which makes sense. So it should have updated this, but it's not. Wow, this is actually a little bit harder than I was thinking. I wonder if I should bind it directly to here and just remove the outlines. So let me see if I could remove outlines from TextBox. TextBox outline border thickness 0. There you go. That will just make, actually that might be better. That will be better. So I'm going to cut. I'm changing my UI already. This is embarrassing. So here I need it to be here. I can remove the location here and yep, that's pretty much it. So now this is here. Yep, that looks good. I could change the font size. I could say maybe 20, 24. Let me run this so that I will be making this in real time and see what it looks like. Alright, so let me go ahead and I thought I was showing the application when it runs, but apparently I was not. Alright, so this is going to be a fun video to edit. So let's see. I'm all over the place. So okay, so now I basically want to, make this font size fun to look at. So for example, if I write thumbnail in seconds. If you notice, I have already started losing my letters, so I think I need to text wrap. I need to add my text wrap, and I need to say I needed to wrap and text location, alignment, horizontal alignment, content alignment. Let's just say center. Yep, that looks good. What is the best font family to use? I think I'll leave it here for now, so I can remove this, and I really don't need. If I can do it here, then the code is no longer necessary, right? The VM, okay, I guess it will be necessary for the buttons. I'm just thinking out, what I need to do in the future, so I can just remove this for now until I need it. I hate to leave what I do not need in the code. If I need it eventually, I'll put it back. So let's go ahead, and this footer, I believe I wanted it to be here, so our footer is somewhere okay, right here. So this is what I wanted to. Oh no, that's this right here. But I had the footer somewhere right here. That's it. So I could, I believe, let me see, footer right here. Yep, that's it. So now I could do a block instead. Control C, Control V. So I could say that this is, you already know that I don't like typing. If I can copy and paste everything, I will. So now I need to just call it footer, which really, so now I could literally type it here. So C# WPF. All right, so here I believe I never added. I need to add another. Control C. Here actually, no. So this is okay, right here. Let's see. Hello. Yep, right there. So I could also do another nope. So I could do another Windows key V, and I could literally say that this is my header. And I could say that this is, I believe I might need to save it so that I could have I could have config files for this. So header will be let's just say planning. Okay. Why do I feel like something is missing here? That's a big gap here. What was supposed to be there? So I have 1 2 3. Okay, that's this area right here, so that's okay. Alright, how about this? In seconds, blah blah blah. Oh, okay. Control Z, blah. Oh, okay, so this is expecting more text, so let's go ahead and make this 100. No, that's too much. 70. All right, so now I can remove this blah blah blah. Even as that, it wants to, let's add this horizontal, vertical content. Let's put it in the center. Perfect. All right, that doesn't look centered. Oh, I guess the picture will be here, then it will be centered. Upload picture doesn't work yet, so this basically means that I do not need this and I do not need the text. So let's go right here and delete this. I think that's it. That's it. All right. This will still be handy because I believe I would like to save this information in a config file so that whenever I open the application, it should remember the last entry that I had here. That will save me a bunch of time, especially when I'm doing like a project series. So for here, for the footer, I believe, so this is all 80. The font, oh, 70. Okay, let me try 70. Yeah, that 70 is fine. Let's also do 70 for the header. 70. All right, that looks good. Okay, upload picture. Okay, so this is all binding fine, and technically I haven't even done any binding, but let's go ahead and create the rest of this. Title will be essentially thumbnails in seconds. Control C. Basically do a bunch of copy and paste here. I need one for the planning, the header and the footer. Control C. I'm going to control 1 and another one, control. So essentially I'm going to do a header here, lower letter, all right. So all right, so Ctrl C, Ctrl V, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, Ctrl V. Alright, so this is going to be footer. 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 Alright, so here will be C# WPF. So Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Yep. Huh. Okay. So this should be footer. Header, this should be footer. What is going on? Is it changing? Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Yeah, here we go. Alright, so I have created all the view model. So if I change, so essentially, basically, let's try to rerun this. Alright, so far so good. So the picture will be here, and we do need to put the color here. So this is essentially, technically this is binding right now. So we have binded the header, the title, and the footer. So yeah, I think today's will be very, very uneventful. It will basically be binding this text. I have spent a lot of time already, and I believe the next time we will try to bind either the color and the buttons and start and get to somewhere. Hopefully, you know, the upload picture will obviously put a picture here, and the save will basically save this screen here as thumbnail. So we are basically close there. So essentially what we have left is adding this color to the header, this color to the footer, being able to upload a picture to our image picture here, and being able to save the picture as our thumbnail, and we should be good to go. So this project is almost about to be over, and I thought it was gonna take longer actually. So it didn't look like we did a lot, but we did something today. We changed a lot. We thought we were going a different way. So if you recap, we basically moved our view back to, you know, to be compliant, or to, you know, be more of a MVVM style. So moved it to this thumbnail page, created our view model for our page, and we are good to go. So I believe we should also be able to do save the configuration and all of that. So all that will be coming in the future episode. So stay with me here, and we will keep rocking and rolling. This is just me practicing coding. This is similar coding that I do for work and for other projects that I work on. So this basically keeps me sharp. At least I am coding, you know, a couple hours, couple minutes a week trying to produce this video. So that keeps me very sharp. Like some of these syntax that I did today, like the property change, I don't think I have ever actually written it by myself before. I usually just copy it from from a previous class and paste it. But going over it in code like this really helps me to actually write it, try to write it from memory and see how it goes. So I kind of like this. I think I am making this video just basically selfishly for me, and gives me an opportunity to practice as well as make a cool video or relatively interesting video. But enough of me yapping. I will see you on the next one. Thank you. Bye bye.